It's currently midnight, I'm not tired, so I decided, why not just make a video? So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Late Show with your host, Just Call Me John. Thank you, everybody. Hello everybody, welcome to my show. My name is Jonathan, but just call me John. I've gotten a few requests on this channel to go over the topic of small talk, so hence this video. This quick video will go over the topic of small talk and its importance in daily conversation. Some of y'all don't understand the importance of small talk and how much of a hindrance it will be in your life if you don't learn to master it early on. It's like living life on hard mode. Yes, you can still experience life to its fullest, but why would you want to struggle on a skill set that you're going to constantly use throughout your entire life? Just learn how to utilize it. If you watched my channel before, you know I live in abstract theories and conversation, but I also acknowledge that conversations will be awkward as hell if we don't have small talk. It's like writing a research paper and leaving out the introduction. It's like watching a movie and not hearing about the plot in the beginning of the movie. It's like living life and starting off as a teenager and not going through your adolescent years. In most cases, small talk is necessary in a normal conversation. This video will logically deconstruct the structure of basic human conversation and understand the importance of small talk. But I'm going to explain it as simple as possible with as little words as possible. Because a wise man once said, why waste time say a lot word when few word do trick? And if you're one of the viewers that thinks that small talk is a waste of time, you're probably one of the viewers that actually needs to watch this video. Because most people don't enjoy small talk, so you're not special, you're actually part of the majority. Guys, let's think about small talk logically. How can a person logically arrive to the conclusion that small talk is a waste of time if every culture around the world and every language spoken has its own form of small talk? It's not like small talk was a discussion topic during a NATO meeting. It organically manifests itself in every culture, in every dialect, because of how important it is to language. The importance of small talk isn't the discussion topic at all. That's just the face of it. And the purpose of small talk is also not just to fill in the space of silence. Small talk, in its purest form, is a method to build comfort. To build comfort with someone, to slowly ease your way into more complex conversations. That's it. That is the purpose of small talk. If that still didn't convince you how important small talk is, let's break it down some more. Google defines small talk as polite conversation about unimportant or uncontroversial matters, especially as engaged in on social occasions. The key word in the definition that I want to emphasize is the word unimportant, because there really is no universal truth to determine whether a topic is small talk. Each person in this world is inherently different, so their view of a topic might be different from your view of a topic. So what seems like small talk to you might seem like a difficult discussion for someone else. A quick example is if you think someone talking about the weather is unimportant, but if that person is a parent and they have to pick up their kids from school, then that's an important conversation topic to have because it directly affects their life. And on the opposite side of that same argument, if you ask someone whether they believe in ghosts, they might think that that's small talk in order for you to build comfort to get to the meat of a conversation. There's no right or wrong. Small talk is very subjective, so if you say that you don't like small talk, that really doesn't make sense because everyone determines the weight of a conversation independently, and everyone's opinion is just as valid. But for the sake of this video, to maintain continuity and clarity, we're going to define small talk as any type of conversation that doesn't require any form of prior premeditated thought process. So questions such as, does free will exist? It's not small talk because it requires that person to have previously thought about that question before entering this conversation. Whereas if you ask someone how their day is, instead of them having to think about a topic, they're just going to list what they experienced throughout the day. Properly mastering small talk eases conversations so that topics build up organically. Whether the topic is truly organic or premeditated, that doesn't matter. As long as the flow is there and as long as the ease of going from small talk to that conversation is there, that's what small talk is. It builds comfort so that you can go from one topic to another topic. It's a conversational dance, guys. You're asking this person if they want to dance to this song, and if they don't want to dance to this song, then they're not going to dance with you. But if they enjoy the song, then they're going to dance. That's what a conversation is. Now that we discussed that small talk takes many forms, let's see how it enables ease of conversation. For this video, I'm just going to go over two quick examples. The first example is about everyone's favorite topic, romance. And the second is not going to be as exciting because it's going to be about work. Guys and gals, dating is hard. And it's awkward as hell. Whether you initially met your date in person or through a dating app, you're talking to a complete stranger trying to determine whether you want to spend the rest of your life with this person. So how do you make it less awkward on your first date? You guessed it, small talk. And if you guessed something else, come on dude, were you listening the past few minutes? This topic is about small talk. Get with the program. Let's oversimplify a simple topic. You and this person decide to meet at a coffee shop for your first date. And as any first date, You guys are both reserved and anxious at the exact same time because you don't know this person. It's awkward and you're both anxious. It's normal. Yes, you could get away with your initial question being a little more abstract and complex, such as asking that person whether they believe in ghosts. And yes, you might receive an answer, but it's going to be half-assed because you haven't built comfort yet. Because your date might not understand how to engage you yet. Your date might not have had the opportunity to warm up to you yet. Your date might be thinking that you're trying to figure something out because this question came out of the blue. I'm not saying that all your dates will be on defensive mode if you start off with this question, but what I'm saying is that it's not natural to hear that without initially starting with niceties, asking how they're doing. And if your date's okay with starting with abstract conversation, then you guys probably built comfort during the texting or phone call stage. Starting off conversations with philosophical questions is not natural. That's not how normal conversations go. And the reason why small talk organically manifests itself is because it's effective and efficient. So you're working off a different playbook. You can easily alleviate someone's defensive mode just by using small talk, just by asking how their day was. Start off talking about the weather, like how you like sunny days, because when it's too dark outside and when it's too gloomy outside, you get afraid because there might be ghosts out there. And then you can ask that person whether they believe in ghosts or not. Or you can start off the conversation asking how that person's doing. And then when they ask you how you're doing, you can say something like you've been rabbit holing paranormal activities, and then ask that person if they believe it or not. Either way, comfort is being built just by asking simple small talk questions. The second example is if you're at work and you're talking to your boss. Imagine if you have a meeting with your boss and they immediately enter the room, and before they even ask you how you're doing and all that stuff, they ask you about your job performance or the status of whatever project that you're working on. You're automatically going to be in defensive mode because comfort hasn't been built yet. Now you're wondering whether something is wrong because normal conversations start off with small talk. It's not comfortable talking to your boss without starting with small talk because this person can terminate your livelihood. That's one of the reasons why when you talk to your boss, they usually ask how your day is, or they ask about your family members, or they ask you whether you've been engaging in whatever activity that you constantly talk to them about, because it builds comfort. It eases the conversation to more complex conversations such as performance review or updates on projects. It makes you, the employee, less defensive and more receptive toward feedback because in a sense, it shows that the manager cares, and it's easier to be receptive to feedback if you're talking to someone that you believe have your best intention in mind. I don't want to get too in-depth into this next topic because it can easily be summed up in one sentence. Why do you think people that know how to small talk are so liked by so many people? The answer is easy, guys. It's because they know how to build comfort. In this final section of the video, I'm just going to provide a few easy tips to go over how to incorporate small talk into your life, aka how to build comfort when you talk to someone new. So if you're already a master at small talk, you can stop watching this video now, or you can leave comments, recommendations, or tips in the comment section below for people that might need it. I have 3 default questions to ask someone whenever I meet someone new. If I meet someone that's completely new, as in we don't have any type of social circle network together, as in this is a brand new person that I would have never met either at work or through someone I know, I'm just going to ask them how they're doing. Asking someone how they're doing will eventually branch off into multiple conversations. If I meet someone through a colleague or through another friend, I'm just going to ask them how they know each other. Comfort is already built if both of you guys know somebody. So you just have to slowly add on to it. And lastly, if I'm on a date with someone, I'm just going to ask an open question such as, so tell me about your story, as in, you can tell me anything that you want, anything that you think I should know. It's very simple. And if they can't answer, I'm just going to ask them if they have pets, if they have siblings, if they have parents, where they're from. Simple questions where they just have to state a fact, because that's how comfort is built when you guys have commonality. And sometimes you're going to be on the receiving end of questions. And that's actually the easy part, because if someone asks you a question, just answer it and then ask that person the exact same question they asked you. Or if there's a topic that you really want to talk about, then just steer the topic that way. If someone asks you how you're doing, answer the question and then talk about whatever you want to talk about. If you're not good at following conversation threads, then just lead the conversation. It might sound awkward, but it's not wrong to start your question with your thoughts on something first. Here's an example. Hey, I know we just met, but I want you to know that I've just been thinking about the supernatural recently and I can't get it off my mind, but I really want to know who you are. So how are you? In that example, I'm still leading the conversation to a topic that I want to talk about, and I'm still building comfort. If you need a visual representation, just imagine a tree. The trunk of the tree is small talk, and all the branches are all the conversation topics that small talk will easily lead you to. And if you leave out the small talk, then you just have a bush. And most people would much rather have a tree than a bush. So aim to be a tree. The last thing I want to note is that all this recommendation goes out the window if you already built a relationship with that person. If you guys are already comfortable, then small talk is not necessary. If you're talking to a buddy, you can just jump into wherever you guys left off. I feel like that's common sense. Additionally, not every single person out there would want to talk about the same topic that you want to talk about. Don't take that personal. They just don't want to talk about it. That's it. Respect their decision not to want to talk about it. So if you haven't yet, start mastering small talk because it's a tool that you're going to be using your entire life. So you might as well master it now. And that's all I have to say about this topic. So with that said, how are you doing? Thank you for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's not part of my usual content, but I've received a lot of requests to go over this topic and I wanted to address it. I do feel bad when I don't talk about a topic that's usually requested a lot on my channel, but here I am making good on my word. If you still have questions about this topic, feel free to leave a comment and I'll answer it to the best of my ability. Thanks again for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.